This week, the rip out. We have started to rip out the property and the 3-bedroom flat upstairs, and we've struck a little bit of difficulty in the flooring. Once we removed the porcelain tiles, we found that there was actually carpet underneath. We need to get access to the pipes and the electrics down below to see where the circuits are and potentially split them off into the separate units. But in this case, we've had to spend a little more time SDSing out the carpet to access the chipboard now. It's relatively easy, but is a time consuming job. So this will be continued now following this week. Now, originally there was a wall here, and this is going to be removed because the staircase that runs upstairs into the 3-bedroom flat is going to be part of this bedroom. Now we need to take this structure up to head height, meaning that we do have to remove this, but we can't remove it currently because it's supporting the stairs to go to the 3-bedroom flat. So in this case, we took out the plasterboard to understand what the carpentry is, what the timber structure is holding the staircase, so we can slowly start to modify into the correct way to create that bedroom. Now, as I've said before, I was standing in the split of the two units, but we have now started to remove the internal wall, which was currently here before, just a timber frame, nice and easy, as this is going to be the corridor. Opens up into one access point here into the bedroom, other into here, then we're going in through the fire doors to the other 3-bedroom flat. So it's important to see now that that wall was in the way as it was part of that bedroom, but you can see it start to take shape now because the new stud wall will be coming to here, and all of this will be part of that bedroom. These pipes need to disappear. Now, following the week's rip out, we got to this room here, which was the final room of the week. And we already understood that this room had been studded out to create a nice office space. Before, it was a kitchen, as you can see, with lots of old tiles and all the appliances just hidden behind the walls. Now, due to building regs, we have to add 75mm of insulation to every external wall. And in this case, instead of ripping it all out and getting back to bare, we understand that we'll be losing a little bit of space, but for the budget to stud it out and insulate, it's worth doing. So in this case, we've removed all the plasterboard in this room. We're going to be adding some timber onto here to create probably 100mm gap, 75mm insulation, 12mm plasterboard, and then the skim on top. And then same here as well, insulate this space and board it. This creates a nice new looking room. Now, as you can see, we did hire a skip immediately for this job to get all of the materials out of the way and into the waste. We have nearly filled up the skip in one whole day. All the porcelain tiles in there, a lot of plasterboard. We didn't put any timber in because we try and reuse what we can. So you can see that, you know, the small amount of work's already filled nearly this 14-yard skip. But overall, this is the first week. Stay tuned for more.